Shalom Aleichem Rabbi. This is Yehud 11, and welcome to another program. 11 at 11 heard each and every week, Leil Shishi Thursday evenings at 6:20 a.m. Radio WSNR in New York and environs. You can also see our video and our video archive of previous radio programs on YouTube channel 11 LEVIN and the numeral 11, the numbers 11. Additionally, you can hear our hotline. Please take a pen so you can write this down later in the program. The hotline number 641-715-3900. 641-715-3900. Extension 247656. Extension 247656. As we hurtle inexorably through Chodesh Elul and towards the Yom Noraim. Once again, the table of contents. We're going to give a Lakewood update. A very brief update. What's happening in Lakewood? What's happening with the library? What's happening with the adulterer? What's happening in Lakewood? Why isn't anything being done? Additionally, I'm going to speak about my new WhatsApp. I'm from the older generation, but a week and a half ago, I instituted a WhatsApp, and what's occurring is really unbelievable in so many ways. It's an eye-opener. I'd like to share it with the audience. And Zu Germ Zu, because I'm doing the WhatsApp, I became informed of a new phenomenon. The phenomenon is called Flatbush Girl. Flatbush Girl is a 30-year-old mother of two who is running for office in Flatbush as district leader. And we're going to discuss why I think and feel it's imperative that her candidacy be unsuccessful and the dangers inherent in a person like her achieving a public office. Rabbi, it's mamish a pachad. A little more on Governor Cuomo and his extrajudicial bullying and his autocratic actions, and something similar happening in Canada, and it's coming soon to a theater in the comic attractions Chas v'Shalom next to us. What I mean, stay tuned, you'll hear. I'd like to derive some lessons from the headlines that the Catholics themselves reported in the state of Pennsylvania, approximately 1,000 molestations by somewhere between 300 and 400 Catholic priests in 8 dioceses. What does this have to do with us in Flatbush, in Lakewood, and all around the Haredi Jewish world? There are lessons, there are derivatives. We'll talk about it. I want to discuss, based on the WhatsApp and the reaction from people, the tremendous amaratzis in Hashkafa 101 leads Haemes Haredi people to say, what do we care what two people are doing in the privacy of their own home? The most shitchiest of arguments. I want to discuss the dangers in that. The disconnect by many people between the militant Mishkav Zacha movement and child abuse. If time permits, I would like to share with you some unique insights that I have on Tekiah Shofar, and briefly in Eretz Yisrael, what is the High Court doing to Agudas Yisrael and Shas, and how they're hurting Klal Yisrael, and what they're also doing in regard to Giur, Ka'alocha. So without any further ado, after this introduction, let's begin. I want to cut right to the chase. Me'erev Rabbi Lakewood, as I've often said, is the Ir V'Em Yisrael. It's a Merkaz HaTorah V'Avoda, a Yerushalayim, the America and the world outside of Eretz Yisrael. As Lakewood goes, so goes the Haredi Tzibur. Lakewood is now a conglomeration not only of the Yeshiva Olam, not only of many, many Balabatim, but increasingly chasidic groups are moving to Lakewood and the outskirts and environs, etc. And therefore, it's a microcosm and a melting pot that represents all of the spectrum of Haredi, Orthodox Yiddishkeit. And as such, what occurs there is of tremendous concern. And I'm sad to report to you that in one of our first programs where we emphasized Lakewood, we spoke about an Askin who was an adulterer, who broke up another family, created an ish situation where a family had to be destroyed because she was also a Baal. And despite protestations, shtiklach, the fact is that the adulterer continues to be an Askin. And we asked around, and we find that there's a Bezdin in Lakewood that dealt with the situation. And the fact that people are still covering up, we're not interested in outing anybody, we're making the family suffer. And we're giving a chance for the powers that be. There are hundreds of Askanim. Nobody has to know who this is. And we're giving another chance, and we're pleading that in the coming weeks and months, the situation should be addressed and ameliorated so that a cadre of people in Lakewood who are very upset and don't choose to be represented by this and feel that it brings a kitrug on the entire tzibur, they're threatening to go public. And that would be a big shame. Acting now can prevent Agmas Nefesh, bushes, etc., etc. People want to stubborn it out. I think they may be very, very upset and disappointed. As the Avram Fried song goes from many years ago, the time is now, Rabbi Say. What's being done by the local committeemen and other Askanim that have regular contact with the officials of Ocean County to explain to them, to prevail upon them, that there shouldn't be a month of schmutziger celebrations of pride, especially in the youth section, even the adult section of the library. It will affect the youth. But Kal v'chomer the youth. Are they going to wait again until the last minute? Are they going to stick their heads in the sand like ostriches? I would like to suggest a svara to you of why nothing is done. What happens? This constant interchange between the Lakewood bureaucracy of city government and county. And therefore, the county people, freeholders or whatever you call them, and all the mishalsim, are probably familiar with the underbelly, the shortcuts, the nicht 100%, things that go on, I'm sure, all over the country, but also to a certain extent go on in Lakewood. And perhaps, therefore, they're afraid to make demands of the county with regard to the library. Perhaps, I'm saying a svara, because certain personalities in the county will say, listen, you have this problem, you have that problem, you have the other problem, and punkt, you're worried about this particular thing of the Pride Week in the library, in the Pride Month in the youth library. I think you Lakewood Chevra are getting away with enough, or you have enough problems. I don't think you should do this. So perhaps because of that, there hasn't even been an approach. This reminds me of a story. Many years ago in the 1990s, I was contacted by various Gentiles who were concerned that there was an pending appointment of an open lesbian who drove in an open coupe in the Mishkav Zocha parade in San Francisco, together with a partner and maybe a child. And she was being considered as an undersecretary of housing, a sub-cabinet position which required Senate approval. And the Gentiles, conservatives, wanted Senator D'Amato to vote against this, because why put a person like this in such a high government position? It's a muksa machmas miyas, which is going to lead into what I have to say about the person who calls herself the Miskeri Flatbush girl, the 30-year-old woman who calls herself Flatbush girl, this mother of two. And we're going to discuss it, because unfortunately there's a similarity here. So they called me up. They asked if I could speak to the Jewish Knakerim. I don't know if they mentioned Agudas Yisrael by name, that the Jewish community should put pressure on D'Amato, then the Senator D'Amato, who's elected as a conservative Republican every time, that he should vote against confirmation of Roberta Achtenberg. So I spoke to Rabbi David Zweibel, and he spoke to Rabbi Sherer, Zechron Levrocha, and the answer came back, no, Rabbi Sherer is very pragmatic. He doesn't waste any thought. He doesn't want to waste any political effort. I'll ask D'Amato, who refused me, so I'm behind the 8 ball. And I came back to him and I said, okay, so don't go ask D'Amato, but any constituent, an Italian, a Puerto Rican, a black, a Hispanic, a white, a Jew, a Catholic, a Protestant, a Muslim, can send a letter to their senator requesting kach v'kach. Can at least Agudas Yisrael send D'Amato a letter? So on the one hand, D'Amato will realize Agudas is not even pressuring enough, because Rabbi Sherer or Rabbi Zweibel or whoever did not call them up and start the pressure. On the other hand, we can show the letter to the Gentile conservatives. You see, we did something. Here's a record. Here's a letter. I thought that was a gewaldige pshara. At least it wouldn't be a massive Chil Hashem. But no, they were so concerned with not asking D'Amato for something he's not going to do, that they put themselves on a lower level. The tzaddikim l'chaskonim, from the very top, Rabbi Sherer made the decision, and this is part of the errant Rabbi Sherer doctrine that people are telling me, as nifta, don't mention it. But this is a learning moment. I'm not trying to besmirch Rabbi Sherer, or contraire. In the Olam Haemes, Rabbi Sherer is happy. If I could set the record straight, and his acolytes told Doisov, the people who are now in charge, Askanim, should understand what is legitimate and what is immoral and illicit. This idea of not asking and not even writing a letter is absolutely wrong. So why can't the committeeman, the mayor, why can't Rabbi Aaron Kotler, who we all know has a tremendous control in Lakewood, why can't he also get Singer, the politicians, to write a letter to the county and to be mefarsim it in Lakewood, on the Lakewood Scoop, and the Lakewood Poop, and the Lakewood Roop, I don't care what. Put it out in all the papers, politically correct sites and incorrect sites, and let the people see, and let the voters know that Singer, the state senator, and Rabbi Aaron Kotler, CEO of Lakewood, Beis Medrash Gavoha, and the Heilige mayor and committeemen are all petitioning in letter form to the county, Ocean County freeholders and Knakerim there, that they should find some way of ameliorating a horrific situation which robs the children of their innocence for an entire Chodesh of June. But why aren't they doing it? I'm saying, as svara, maybe they'll be told, listen here, you have under this rock these worms, and your guys and your people are doing kach v'kach, and this is happening, and you're just worried about something that the entire country has, Gay Pride Month in the libraries, and you want us to be different? So rather than be told this, shash shvaik. So was kementan? Stop doing the things the shortcuts, whatever it is, whatever the correct adjective is to describe this, if my surmising is correct, stop doing the things that make it impolitic, meaning politically unwise, to go and to be able to ask from the county. You have to be in a position of countless times being able to ask the county. It's a problem here. That's the Lakewood update. It's garnish with garnish. If we could get, we have already at least 3 people. If we get 10 people, Asar Rishonim, I'm begging you, if anybody's interested, they can contact me, rabbi11@gmail.com. We want to put together a small group. They should go, chas v'shalom, bein hastorim only, not in front of the base medrash, in front of the dining room, not on the street. They should hand out for 15, 20 minutes setlach with open letter to the Rosh Yeshivas, to Aaron Kotler, to the powers that be, to do something about the library. Maybe some other problems like the adulterer. It doesn't take a large tail to wag this dog. Pnei HaDor, Pnei HaKelev, Messianic times. If anybody wants to be Neitel Schak and Neged Kulam, send me an email at rabbi11@gmail.com. We'll be in touch. Putu Mustafi, Kimmel, a little bit at a time. All we need to do is get Asar Rishonim. And this leads us to the next story. Things are rotten in Flatbush. I started a WhatsApp. I have over 100 listeners. I'm trying to isolate or identify, I should say. Mila Hashem Elai. We want to identify a few good people who didn't drink the Kool-Aid and who still stand up for the values of morality, that we could start a counterinsurgency, an insurgency rather. You should see an insurgency to start putting pressure on Rabbonim, on Askonim, to do the politicians, to do the right thing on so many issues that affect Haredi Flatbush, one of the largest communities of Yidden and Haredim in the entire world. So I've learned some shocking things. First of all, the amount in the Haredi community of naysayers, of leitzonim, who pour shofech, all kinds of sruchadika water. They come on, and they're burim, amaratzim. These are fathers, family people. They're raising kids. It's a gewalt, it's a pachat b'chodim. Some of them, they use nivel peh. What does it bother me with 2 people who are doing their bedroom? They give this claptrap. It's a free country. Everybody has a right. Don't judge. These are things you can't believe. These are things that are said constantly. Les din v'les dayin. What happened to the old days? Rabbinic leadership took charge. Now it's the Wild West. It's the Hefgewelt. Anyone could do what they want, say what they want, do what they want, and continue in the community. No problemo. So, I've not been following closely for years now the local politics. Motzei Shabbos, I'm told that on the Zeb Brenner program, there's an individual who calls herself Flatbush Girl. And Flatbush Girl is running for some kind of an office. At that time, I didn't even know what office she was running for. The people who told me, I said, Ma tiva shel uba zeh. What's she all about? They told me she's liberal. They told me she has sympathy for the LBGQT. Let's say that's just been homo and lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, queer community. And she has 38,000 followers on Instagram. It's a powerful thing. You send out a message to 38,000 people. Most of them, girls, Charedim, many of them. What does she do with the Instagram, this Flatbush girl? She says on a TV interview, the teachers are explaining to the girls that they can read, the elementary school, elementary school, that they can reach until here. She, the Grace of Mechaneches, the Tzadekis, she wants to show them, she goes like this on TV, that they can reach up to here, above the head. The sky's the limit. They can break through the glass ceilings. So we need a plutke that's sneistic, that's modern, truly modern, that's a comedian, that makes many, many preacher sticker videos that she puts on the internet. She stresses Gucci, accoutrements, fanny bags, all kinds of gashmias, earrings and this and that store, schmeckachs, with the ganze business, the lange Sheitler, well now it's in style, the shorter Sheitler, the latest style, that she should become a cult figure, a role model for the next generation. She makes it very clear. She just stops. She doesn't say, I want to be a role model. But you know what she said? I want to be a district leader. And when she's asked if she's to be a district leader, the lowest in the totem pole, then she wants to run for higher office. And you know how it is with Heiken and with Greenfield and with everybody else. Once these chevra are in office, they're locked in, and it's too late to have any control over them. We have to come like puppy dogs to them, to ask them for tovus, and they're secure. So this has to be nipped in the bud. I'm not even discussing Sherer by Nashim. And if it's important for people to have a role model, isn't the chasidic, quote-unquote, first judge, Ruchi Fryer, Mrs. Ruchi Fryer, das ist nicht genug. We need Flatbush girl, a 30-year-old woman with 2 kids calling herself Flatbush girl. It's hip, it's jive, it's in it. She uses social media. She draws them like magnets. And the kinderlich learn in elementary school and teenagers, teeny boopers, with their brains not fully formed yet. They learn that you should be a comedian, a yaisonis, a fashion model, and with big emphasis on kashmirs and buying and this kind and that kind and comedy and frippery and alles thing. This is not chacham nashim basna beisa. It's not kol kuda b'smelch tzanima. It's all contrary. And the begodim are mamish, not sneistic, not nearly sneistic. So what does she do? She's very clever. She goes to the kanoi, the biggest kanoi, one of the biggest kanoi in Flatbush, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, who gives us fire dika drushes. They reach thousands of people. And she does on YouTube an interview with Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi. And she asks him the hard questions. I saw it on the YouTube. She says to him, people have, this is what she's talking to candidates. You'll excuse me for saying it. People have the hard time with wasting of seed. And you're very strong. You speak very strong. It hurts a lot of people you speak. Mizrahi starts to say, what do I have a choice? And she edits out the rest. He said something. She asked him for what? She gave him 1 minute to respond. She goes to the next thing. People here, you're very stark on the Mishkav Zacha thing. A lot of people are suffering, this and that. What do you, et cetera, et cetera. He gives 1 minute of probably which is a 5-minute answer. She cuts him off. And she goes weiter. She's sitting there with a real long shaitel that goes biz in the chleis. She says to him, smiles at him cutely, what do you say about my shaitel? Is it? He tells us straight, it's not kalacha. He says, I'm facing a big challenge now, but Rabbi, the styles changed now. The long styles are out, the shaitlach out, the new ones until the shoulder. The rabbi says, listen, I'm just telling you the halacha. He says, I have a challenge, and this is all very sweet and cute. Thank you so much. She gave some mussar to the rabbi that he shouldn't have such rough edges in people. She told him the kanoi, look at her, the skillings, this, you see, she can come and do an interview. She's a media personality. She's Flatbush girl and Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi. Do you think Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi has a havamin of what this person is doing? Let me tell you what she's doing. The first Hasidic man in history from a Rebbeisher family Vayish his parents, his grandparents, causing tremendous akmas nefesh and a massive chilul Hashem. A chasidic person, I think he was married in Shtaimel, and he became a transgender. That means he transferred from being a male to being a female. He was mesares himself, a very serious offense, a biblical commandment. And why can't you go, you're a sick person who does such self-mutilation, and the statistics show that many more of these people, after they do it, they have charata, and a lot of them, whatever it is, a percentage of them are committing suicide. They, as Meir Kahana said to Koch, he may be gay, but he's not happy. You understand? They're not happy. She has videos and pictures, many postings, running around with the Hasidic transgender, became a lady and calls herself Abby Stein. And she goes, I'm telling you on the video, I'm saying, we're here today, hello, bright smile. We're here today with Abby Stein. And Abby Stein, mamish goes like this. Like an exaggerated woman horse whinny. And then they go into a restaurant and she's giving instructions to the Hasidic Abby how to wash his hands. She says, if you have a ring on, you should take it off your finger, because unless you keep it on when you make challah, if you keep your ring on, it's a chatzitza when you're washing. And don't wash your hands. Don't wipe your hands on your clothing. You'll forget all your Torah. That's what she's saying to the transgendered buddy she runs around with. I mean, this is like supernatural. Who could think of this? Is fantasy land come true. It's Alice in Wonderland. We need this tzaddikus to be the role model for the young Meidlich in Klal Yisrael. But she's not finished. She writes a post, Good Shabbos. Under the picture there on her thing, there's a post. She has everything, on the internet with all the pictures with priestess and everything else. So you know what the naysayers are saying, the Zuggers are saying? Rabbi Levin, who gave you a head to look at those pictures of those ladies? They're busy zogging for my frumkeit. You understand? That's what they're talking about. So if Rabbi Mizrahi, Torah Hashem Machkimas Pesi, Rabbi Mizrahi met with this Meidl, a Flatbush girl who's a mother. I call her Flatbush mama, because she's not a Meidl, she's not a girl, she's a lady. She's not a lady, she's the mother of two. And she's not just a mother of two. She wants to be like a Chaved Lahavdil, the aim of Klal Yisrael. She wants to be the leader, the district leader. So I call her Flatbush Mama. I gave her a Kriya Shem. So Rabbi Mizrahi and others would say, listen, we know she's Flatbush girl, she's into branding, she's on the internet. Let me, before I agree to an interview by her, let me ask, I'm Nizar in Shviyas Einayim, 100%. Let me ask my Rebbitzin to go look at her in the video. And the Rebbitzin would come back, Reb Yosef, Harav Reb Yosef. She's running, traipsing around Flatbush and taking pictures with the Hasidic transsexual. She's writing letters, Good Shabbos, greetings to people on Friday of Shabbos. We have enough of not having shaykhs and dialoguing with the LBTQ community and the OTDs off the derech. She's suggesting we have to dialogue with them. It would be much better. We'll prostitute all our Torah values to gain some votes. She needs the Haredi women. She needs the big lesbian gay population. Obviously she does. Or worse than that, she really holds like this. She is one step away from the organization Footsteps that deals with all these Freier people and encourages their Freiheit. Now, when this young lady was in school, would she be allowed to dress with the tight, disgusting, sneer-sticker things that she wears time and time again? The answer is no. So just because she's out of school, why does it become kosher? And she says openly that she wants to teach elementary school girls to go higher and higher what they can accomplish. Less kruda basmel pnima. Less chachmas dashim bonsa besa. Not eshtecha samach l'shulchanecha. gegeffen Paria. A nächtige Tag. A Yaitzonis, a comedian, jumping in a dress with high heels into a swimming pool. Ha, ha, ha. This is a Leichtkeit, a careerist. But I'm not allowed to say anything. He said, what happened? I heard about this Friday night, Motzi Shabbos. So I got on my WhatsApp and I said, there's this lady running who calls herself Flatbush girl, and I think she's a wiffle head, meaning an airhead. A wiffle ball is a ball that's open. The ear goes from one side to the other. I called her a wiffle head. I meant she's a kal roish, a callus. I said I could take her entire intelligence, I could put it into a schnapps glass, and then I could still fill it 90% in a 1-ounce schnapps glass with good chocolate liqueur and give her l'chaim. In other words, I was saying she's lacking in seichel. Now, she's a British college graduate, a degree in literature. Her mother is a professor. Her father is a chasidic at Talmud Chacham. And I didn't realize who her father was and who her mother was. I just knew. Her name is Idina Miles. I didn't realize. And her married name is Sash. I didn't know. I didn't even know what office she was running from. But I said she's a wiffle head. And ask her the following questions. What are your gidrei tznius? What's your shita about dealing with gays and lesbians? And one other question. I didn't even know at that time that she was running around with Abby. I didn't know that. Lichshesh mi boy. Boy, was I right. Boy, was I right. So what did she do? She got very insulted. So first, we're going to pause here, and then we're going to do the second part of our program. We'll be right back, so don't go away. It gets better and better, Sareno. Oh, it gets better and better.